It's Monday, day 4 of Vlogmas. Currently dying. That's the best way to describe it. I took one of my finals, well, makeup, this morning. I turned in, excuse me, 2 of my finals, and now I am going to meet with my group so we could what can we do? So we could work on our final project that we have to present Wednesday. Now we're supposed to turn in like this 30-something page paper, and we have like 2 pages. Like, I don't know what we're gonna do at this point. Yeah, my hand tired. I'm tired, so I can't even hold the camera right. So I'm gonna talk to y'all later. 1,000,000 hours later, so I'm finally done meeting with my group. Well, actually, I left because I just wasn't getting anywhere. My mind was blank, like I had to leave. So now I am waiting on the shuttle so I can go back to my apartment and take a break and start working on these assignments again. Oh, I also have to record the content portion of this video as well because, as you can see, like I didn't have much vlogging, so we're gonna have a content portion for this video as well. And today's content portion for this video is going to be 5 mistakes that I personally made as a freshman. I know I already have a freshman experience video on here, but I don't think I addressed the mistakes I made because I didn't realize that at that time those were mistakes being made. So I'm going to go record that portion when I get to my apartment and then take my break. So see y'all in a few. Hey y'all, so the content portion of today's video, like I said earlier, was going to be about the 5 mistakes that I made as a freshman. So I wrote them down, and they're really in no particular order because all of them were equally as bad. And I just didn't realize just how bad they were at the time. So one of the mistakes that I made was not using a planner. I didn't realize how important having a planner was, how important staying organized was. Like, I was just winging it, honestly. I was literally just winging everything. I was forgetting to do assignments. I wasn't dedicating time to studying or doing any of my work. And that's actually why I had to drop a course in the first semester of school because I wasn't dedicating time to it. So I basically was forgetting to do assignments. I was forgetting to take tests. Like, it was getting horrible. So I dropped it, and that was the first W I received. I'm sorry. And so that's why I had to drop it because I just wasn't taking it seriously. So not using a planner was a huge mistake, and now I realize just how important it is. Now not only do I use my physical planner, I use my phone's calendar to keep track of assignments as well. Another mistake I made was not joining an organization, literally any organization. Organizations in my college, like my dedicated college, like I'm a marketing major, so I'm in the College of Business, so not joining any of those organizations we have, or really any organization, NAACP, BSU, really any of the organizations. I didn't join any of them, and I just wasn't making an impact on campus. I wasn't bettering myself. I wasn't gaining that network of opportunities you get from joining those organizations. I wasn't a part of that, and that was a mistake that I made. Now I know better, but that back then that was a mistake that I made. Another mistake I made was not making any friends. My freshman semester, I had one friend, and he was amazing. Rest in peace to him. But he would deal with me. I was such a loner my first semester. I would go to class, I would run into the union and get something to eat and like immediately run out of the union, and I would spend all day in my room. And my classes were like 11 o'clock, 3:30 classes. And so when my classes would end, I would be in my room all day. So if I got out of class at, I'm gonna say 4:30, and I was in my room by 4:45, I would be in my room for the remainder of the day. And he would come to my room and he would sit with me and he would keep me company all those hours, unless he had a intramural football game. Then he would go to his game, or he would stay with me until it's time for his game and come back after his game. A few times he dragged me to go to his games, and I thank him for doing that, because he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to stay locked up in the room with me. He honestly didn't. All of my friends went to different schools, so instead of trying to make friends at my school, I was texting them, seeing how they were enjoying their friends at their schools. They were out making new friends, and here I was stuck in my room trying to figure out what they doing. Like, they enjoying their lives at school, and I'm stuck. And so I always would complain that I had no friends except for him. And it's not like I tried to make a difference. But eventually I did make friends, and things changed once I made my friends. Another mistake I made was not taking my classes seriously. I didn't use Rate My Professor when I was picking my professors, so I was just randomly picking professors that I didn't even know, like their teaching style, their grading style. I was blindly walking in, and that's something you do not want to do. I didn't go to class. Like, I stopped going to my classes, and it reflected in my GPA. I was forgetting to turn assignments, and I wasn't studying for tests. Like, my GPA dropped down to, like, I think my GPA was like a 2.9. Like, it wasn't low enough to go on probation, but it was low enough to where I was on, like, I wasn't on probation for the school, but I lost a scholarship because of my GPA dropping, and I had to get it up that next semester in order to receive that scholarship again. So that is something that happened for me not taking my classes seriously. And the fifth mistake I made was not using the school's resources. My school provides free tutoring services, libraries with free study rooms. They provide free laptops, free video cameras, free tablets, 24-hour computer labs. They provide counseling service, career services. I wasn't utilizing any of those services. Like, when I was just feeling very alone and by myself, I could have went to the counseling services and voiced all these emotions with the counselor. Or when I had to go to the job fair for my school, and my resume was the childish resume I made during my junior year of high school, I could have utilized our career services and got a more professional looking resume fixed up. And when I was struggling in some of these classes, after I realized how much I played in them, I could have used the free tutoring services to pick up my grades. Some other mistakes I made were not preparing for my future. Like, I wasn't trying to find internships for my major or to do during the summer or the breaks. I wasn't trying to find, what else was I not trying to find? Mainly the internships, because having an internship, they really want like sophomores / juniors, and I wasn't looking for any of that, and it's kind of hurt me. So I'm basically trying to rebound from that negligence. I went home every weekend, and I stayed an hour and a half away from my hometown, so I was forcing my parents to drive up here every weekend to come get me, and that was so selfish of me, because they basically were on the road for 3 hours. Because it's not like they drove me to school and stayed with me for a little while. They drove me to school and drove back home, and that was very inconsiderate of me. And like, another one was locking myself in my room. Like I said, like, not making friends, but locking myself in my room was a horrible thing. Like, that's the main one of not being able to make friends. How can you make friends when you're locked in your room all the time? And my roommate at the time, she would try to like invite me to go be with her, like to go eat lunch with her and her friends, or to come with her and her friends wherever they were going, because she noticed like just how much I was in the room. Like I would be in the room all day. Like that's how much I would be in the room, to the point where when she would walk in, she'd be like, "Girl, you still ain't here?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I haven't gone anywhere. I haven't left or moved around." And so those are just some mistakes that I made during my freshman year. I'm proud that I can look back and see that those were mistakes, and I know I'm not making those mistakes anymore, and I'm looking forward to where I'm going now, in my college career, in my life. And so I believe this week I'm also doing a 5 tips video, so please be on the lookout for that Vlogmas video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, y'all.